Thank you so much, Alan. I didn't put so much of effort in introducing myself. To everyone there, a very warm welcome and a good evening. And I'm sure a different part of world, it'll be good morning, good afternoon, or maybe ready to sleep. Let me start by asking all of you a very personal question. How many of you have ever rewarmed or reheated a cup of tea, a cup of coffee, and still didn't drink it? Raise your hands if you have been there. How many of you have wrote a big emotional message, a WhatsApp message or an email, and then quietly deleted it, just replacing it with a thumbs up or a smile? These little things has a facade on your face, while deep down you go through so much. While growing up, there was only one person who could look beyond the facade that I was creating around me, like a chirpy little happy girl. And that was my dad. And I'm sure you all have your different kind of dads. My dad was somewhere close to yours. He had only three agendas in life. First, to save money. I know you can resonate with that. Second is to save wrapping papers so that he can reuse it. Third is to make sure that he never misses a match on the TV. And I'm sure you have one of those. My dad would follow me everywhere in the house like a ghost because whenever I would leave the room, he would shut off the lights and say, save electricity. I would even want to come back and see the lights are already off. Every evening he will sit. He had a ritual of opening the newspaper, cutting the coupons while watching the match. That was a regular thing for my dad. And my dad had a special smell on him. It was a faint aftershave and a cup of tea, maybe. Some tea leaves always around him. And I'm sure your dad has that some special fragrance along with that. But I didn't know something that dad had an ordinary stuff, which I'm sure you all have that. Till the time I needed that ordinary medicine that he had. I was 8 years old and I rushed back from school at home crying like a Bollywood drama queen. Oh my God, my life is done. I want to commit suicide. I don't want to live this life anymore. And I rushed back home in my small bed, which I called my room, and crashed there. What happened in the school was I failed in maths. I got 2 out of 50. Have you been there? I hope not. I was dyslexic. I couldn't understand the difference between 2, 3, and 5. And when the teacher was calling my name, announcing as though it was a big achievement with the lowest record in the class, everyone was laughing at me. I just wanted to disappear. I couldn't gather seeing myself the courage to go back to school next day. So the drama. I came back home and I was crushed with all that self-doubt. I don't know what I will do. I don't want to go to school. And I saw dad entering the room with his newspapers, the scissors, and one coupon in his hand. He sat next to me and he asked, what happened? Me, the drama queen, I hate the school. No one likes me. I don't know what to do. I don't want to. He couldn't even understand half of the things I said. And guess what? Did he give me a lecture? Did he tell me, no, I'm still paying your school fees, or I'm going to tell mama? He didn't do any such thing. He sat beside me on that little bed. He touched me and he said, "Need a hug?" I hugged him tight. No, marks didn't change. Teachers didn't change. I still got a good feedback from my mother, but something changed that day. I didn't know that a hug could make you feel so light. I was feeling lighter. Somehow I gathered the courage to go back to the school next day. That ordinary hug just kept on coming, which I didn't see ever before. That hug was now unannounced, uncomplicated, and very easy. It was there when I had my first breakup in 8th standard. I know it was too early. It was there when we lost our first puppy. He was just 1 year old. And I thought my life partner has gone. But hugs were there to pull me up back again. It was there when I wanted to take admission in a school with an interior designer. I wanted to become an interior designer. I couldn't get through it because of my dyslexia. But the hugs were always there. The hugs came absolutely unannounced, ordinary. Till the time it was not there. One day, Dad was not there. I reached home, and that day, in that hall, full of people, full of chair sounds, noises, I could smell the essence sticks. I could smell the old flowers, but I couldn't smell the aftershave and the lingering taste of that tea. That silence was screaming within, and somehow my soul was asking for someone to come and put hands on my shoulder and just open the arms and say, "Do you need a hug?" But hug was not there anymore. That night, I went back to the same room, a small bed which I announced as my room. Slept, cried, kept on crying till the time my 7-year-old cousin came to me and said, "Can I sleep with you today? I'm not feeling nice." Okay, why not? And in his sleep, he asked me, "Can I hug you?" And suddenly, I felt lighter. Somehow I knew that ages, days, years that my father has spent with his family has given them one medicine, one ordinary thing, a hug. And this family would survive anything. Days passed, years passed. You know that the life becomes complicated, announced, absolutely scheduled. I got married, I got kids. The hugs disappeared in the complications of life, trying to catch up with life. Till one day, once again, I was there in a Toastmasters meeting, and everyone was applauding because it was a contest, a speech contest, and everyone was backing me up. They were cheering, and my club members were rooting for me. I reached the club level, I reached the area level, and I reached the division level. But the division stage, I was not even a podium finish, not even top threes. That day, then they called me for the presentation, the participation certificate, and I walked to pick that up. It was not me. It was that 8-year-old girl going to take the result announcement from the teacher. No, no one was saying anything. No one was laughing. They were, in fact, applauding. But deep down, I could see people saying, oh my God, you cannot do that. The self-doubt creeped in again. I thought my life is crashed now. I've given so many days to it, and so many people had hopes on me. I picked up the participation certificate, and I was just about to rush to the washroom to have my crash down, meltdown, a graceful one. That's where an old senior veteran Toastmaster came to me. She touched my shoulder from behind. And when I turned, all I saw was open arms. She didn't say I need a hug, but I heard. And she hugged me tight. Trust me, she was not smelling like aftershave, but I could smell the aftershave and tea lingering around her. The hugs were back. That day I realized that ordinary hug became so extraordinary with my father that when he went, I was just not looking for it anymore. I didn't continue that ordinary ritual. And I went back home. Guess what happened that day? My little 8-year-old son was standing in his room. He does not claim his room. He does have his room, by grace of God. He's standing next to the window. And all I can hear is, sweetie, what happened? Why are you crying? They say I'm too short. They didn't take me in the soccer team. My life is crushed. How will I become a big soccer player? That day, I didn't start my therapy. That day, the psychologist, the doctor in me was far behind. All I said was, need a hug? He hugged me tight, and I know he became lighter. That day, this ordinary ritual started back again in our house. These hugs are there for my daughter's breakup. If we lose anyone, if we lose a contest, if we lose a speech, if we lose marks, hugs are always there. Ladies and gentlemen, all across the globe, we have parents, we have people around who have these ordinary things coming up always, like checking on you. Did you eat something? Are you okay? Please sleep on time. Drink your water. Don't forget your medicines. Or sometimes just bringing that glass of water without you even asking. And at times, maybe a clean laundry. That's their ordinary stuff for showing how much you matter. Today, if I have only one thing to leave behind, is when things go on and off, when things go easy, when things go smooth, don't rush past these ordinary things that people around you are doing for you. If you today can go back and look at the ordinary thing that your mom did and your dad did, which annoyed you maybe at times, remember there would be a time that these ordinary things would not be there. So be that. Bring the ordinary things back in the extraordinary version. Thank you so much. Alan, back to you.